Thank you for joining me with your practice today. You can bring yourself into a seated position. Allow your eyes to close. And take a few breaths to center yourself on your mat. And when you're ready, you can bring your fingertips behind you, interlacing palms to touch, and take a little stretch here, sending your gaze upwards. When you're ready, you can bring yourself forwards, child's pose or puppy dog pose. And if you'd like, you can take a little rocking from side to side here to work into the shoulders and into the neck. On your next inhale, you can bring yourself into tabletop position, hands and knees. Take an exhale, round into cat pose. Inhale into cow, belly sags, gaze can turn up, activating the shoulder blades together. Continue to move with your breath. Each inhale, the back can arch, the gaze can turn upwards, and each exhale, you can contract your abdominal muscles and pull them up towards the sky. And if you need to take any additional movements here, please feel free. If you'd like to stretch yourself out to the sides or, work into the base of the feet, flexing the toes, whatever you need in this moment, make it your practice. And on your next inhale, if you'd like to press back into downward facing dog, activating your fingertips in towards the ground. And then if it feels good for you to press the heels down into the ground here, pedal your feet and work into your hamstrings. And any other movements, again, anything that you need for yourself to warm up, to stretch, and to get inside your body. As we move through this practice, you may see the camera shaking. It was actually quite windy today, so hopefully that doesn't bother you. Hopefully you can just listen to my voice and not look too much at the camera. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself into stillness. Take a few breaths here, and on your next inhale, look towards your hands, and then exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat, forward fold. You can bring your fingertips onto your lower legs or your thighs and activate your abdomen inwards, activate your shoulder blades together, and then with a nice deep exhale, just allow yourself to release down. Inhale into mountain pose. Maybe you take a little stretch here, a little arch, maybe not, whatever feels good for you. And then just moving into some side stretches here. Each inhale, pressing off to one side. And then exhale, moving into the center. With each inhale, you can feel the rib cage stretch and expand. You can feel your spine expanding and lengthening here. And then just allow yourself again to move with your breath. When you're ready, you can bring your fingertips behind you, interlacing, palms to touch. Deep breath here. And then activating the shoulder blades together, you can press your fingertips towards your sides. And just take a few rounds of squats here. You can come down as low as you feel comfortable. Deep breath in, and then exhale and take your squat, just making sure that your knees are not going past your toes. For myself, I'm taking a nice deep squat the whole ways down. Heels are grounded, and then moving into a little bit of a back bend here. That's something that feels good for me. If that does not feel good for you, just allow yourself to do whatever you need. Maybe you take a shallower squat and not taking that back bend. So we're just taking about 5 squats here. Moving with your breath, whichever way feels natural. And when you're ready, you can step your left foot back, right foot forwards, high lunge. And pressing back through your left heel, knee is stacked right over top of the ankle joint here. And then opening your palms to your right side, activating your abdomen inwards. If it feels more comfortable, you can drop your knee to take out the variable of balance. If you'd like, you can leave the knee activated up. Moving into prayer twist, you can bring your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Again, if you'd like, you can just take your left hand to your upper right thigh. No need to bring yourself too deeply here. When you're ready, you can drop your left hand to the mat or to a block, right fingertips up towards the sky, and then I'm looking up towards my right thumb and then down towards my left, just bringing in a little bit of cervical spine mobility here. When you're ready, both hands to the ground, stepping the feet together, forward fold. Again, you can bring your fingertips to your legs, activate the abdomen inwards, activate the shoulder blades together, exhale, release. And when you're ready, you can inhale and bring yourself back up into a mountain pose. Nice flat back. Again, I'm taking a little back bend. You don't have to. And then moving into another round of squats here, really drawing in that activation into the thighs, into the quads, into the glutes. Each breath, making sure that the knees are still stacked right over top of the ankles, they're not going past the toes. And then maintaining a nice flat back here as you drop down. Again, if it feels good to take a little arch on your way up, you can do that, and take about 5 squats here, moving with the breath. And when you're ready, coming back up to standing mountain, and then activating the fingertips behind you interlaced. Again, you can activate the shoulder blades together, and then draw the hands to your sides. On your next breath, the right leg steps back, left leg forwards, high lunge. Again, if you'd like, you can drop the right knee down or maintain it activated and up off of the ground. Pressing back through the right heel. And creating this inward lift through both thighs. When you're ready, deep breath in, and then exhale, palms out towards the side, taking that inward twist towards your left thigh. Shoulder blades activated, spine long. And then moving into your prayer twist, you can bring your right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, or maybe you're just taking your right hand to your left thigh here. Moving as deeply or shallowly as you need. Right hand moves to the ground, left fingertips up towards the sky, and again I'm taking my gaze up towards my left thumb and then down towards my right. Moving with each breath, bringing in that cervical spine, that neck mobility. Again, taking about 5 breaths here. One more breath. And when you're ready, you can bring both hands down to the ground. Forward fold, step the feet to the front. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to your elbows, just allow yourself to hang. And when you're ready, hands to the legs, activate that belly button inwards, activate the shoulder blades together, nice long spine here. And then exhale, release. And when you're ready, you can step back into plank. If it feels better to drop your knees down, you can certainly do that. Just taking a moment to set up here and then moving into side plank. Again, both of your feet can stay on the ground or they can stack. You're taking this left hand down, right hand up on the right side here. You can move into any variation that feels comfortable. Take one more breath and then moving into a one-legged plank, activating the right thigh into your chest, and then moving into wild thing on the opposite side. You can bring your left fingertips up towards the sky. Again, your right hand is down on the ground and pressing your left hip up towards the sky as well. And when you're ready, you can come back to center, plank position, or taking the knees onto the ground, whatever you'd like. And then we'll move through a little flow here. You can come the whole ways down to the ground for cobra. So I slide my fingertips next to my rib cage, activate my shoulder blades together, look forwards. Exhale, release, press into your hands, and come back into plank. Moving on to the opposite side, the right hand is down, left fingertips stretch up towards the sky. Again, if you'd like, you can drop a knee, you can bring both feet in front of one another or stacked, and you can see the variation that I'm taking here. Take one more breath, and again, the left thigh this time presses into the abdomen and then over to the other side for Wild Thing. My right hip is pressing up towards the sky, right fingertips to the sky, and you can see I'm taking a little bit more mobility within the neck here. Just increasing that mobility and that flexibility within the spine. And take one more breath here. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself back to center and come back into plank position, again moving into a little flow. Again, the knees can drop down, or you can just bring yourself the whole ways down. You can move into the high variation of Cobra if you like, pressing a little weight into the palms, or taking low Cobra, bringing the fingertips into the ground, activating the shoulder blades. When you're ready, press yourself up into hands and knees, tabletop position. We'll move into a few more rounds of cat-cow here. Each inhale, the belly button sags down, and each exhale, the abdomen activates up towards the sky. Again, just moving with your breath, moving as fast or as slow as you need here, as fast or as slow as you're breathing. And then preparing for thread the needle, I spread my knees a little bit wider here. Stretch your right fingertips up towards the sky, and then exhale, thread the right fingertips through the hole that's created with your left hand and your left knee. For myself, I like to reposition my neck so that I can see my left thigh. I find that that's most comfortable on my neck here. And I actually prefer to give a little bit of motion into my head. I just kind of find that it massages the occiput as well as the cranium and creates a little bit more movement within my head. When you're ready, you can come back up into tabletop, preparing for threading the needle on the opposite side. The left fingertips can reach up, and then exhale, threading through. Again, the left hand comes through the little hole that's created with the right hand and right knee. And again, you can position yourself so that you can see your right thigh. Again, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but I'm taking a little bit of movement within my head and just giving myself a little scalp massage here. And taking just a few more breaths here. You can feel that belly button pull inwards with each exhale and expand with each inhale. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself back up, tabletop position. And then moving into a balance pose here, you can take a deep breath in, extend the right foot back, nice flex toes, making sure that your hips are square and even here. Now you can stay in the first position, or if you'd like, you can bring your left hand up, palm facing inwards, thumb towards the sky. From here, I'm taking a little bit of abdominal activation here, taking the right knee in towards my chest with 3 exhales, and then setting up for a pigeon pose here. So whenever you're ready, you can bring the knee down. If you'd like, you can bring a prop underneath your hips here to elevate yourself up. And to find the proper position for the left leg, you can flip your left toes under, activate your knee upwards, and then softly settle it down, and that will bring it automatically into alignment with the joints. You can stay upwards in pigeon, or if you'd like, you can fold down. And we'll take about 5 breaths here. Crossing the arms, bring your forehead down. Again, allowing the awareness to move inwards. Take one more breath. And when you're ready, you can bring yourself up. Again, if you want to hold this for longer, just feel free to pause the video here. Tabletop position, moving into balance. Inhale, and then exhale, left leg activates up, nice flex toes, square hips. You can stay right here, or you can bring the right hand up, palm facing in, thumb towards the sky. And again, I'll prepare for a few abdominal activations here, taking a deep breath in. Both hands come down to the ground, and then exhale, left knee moves inwards. Inhale, stretches back. Exhale, moving forwards one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, deep, pulling in, and then setting up for pigeon pose. You can flip your toes under here. This will protect the joints in this position. I take a moment to activate a little back bend in this position, activating the shoulder blades together, drawing the crown of my head up towards the sky, and then softly folding down. If you'd like, you can cross your arms in the opposite position here, just to give yourself a variation of feeling. And when you're ready, you can soften your forehead down and focus on your breath. Again, about 5 deep breaths here. Just allowing yourself to move at your own pace. Feeling the diaphragm move with each breath. And when you're ready, you can just begin to bring a little bit more weight into the palms and bring yourself up. And this time we're going to slide both legs forwards for staff pose. So from here, I'm going to take my right foot and wrap it around the outside of my left thigh for a little inward twist. So you can bring your right hand positioned behind you, pressing into the palm, and then lengthen through the crown of the head. When you're ready, stretch both feet forwards, and then taking this onto the other side, the left leg can come onto the opposite outside area of the right thigh. Left fingertips and palm press in behind you, and then release. When you're ready, you can bring fingertips onto the thighs or onto the lower legs, and then just gently walk them down, and we'll move into a little bit of a hamstring stretch as well as a plantar stretch. So if you can touch your toes here, you can flip your hands over top of your toes and kind of pull them in towards yourself, and then soften your shoulders here. If you're still working towards this, then just allow your hands to remain on your palms or on or your palms to remain on your thighs or your lower legs here. And just feel how with each breath and with gravity, you gently soften forwards. It's very subtle. Flexibility is kind of a game of time, as well as patience. And when you're ready, you can position yourself to come onto your back. Just soften your shoulders down to the ground, soften your heels down to the ground. And just allow yourself to become comfortable here. Preparing for hamstring stretch. If you'd like, you can bring a belt or a strap near you, place it around the base of your right foot, and then you can extend your heels up towards the ceiling here. Shoulders are square and grounded, hips are square and grounded, and then bringing the foot in just close enough so that you can feel a little bit of hamstring activation without the knee bending. So if that means that the foot is far away from you, then that means that the foot is far away from you. Don't feel that you need to overextend yourself. And then when you're ready, you can just bring the right foot off towards the side, again, making sure that you're maintaining both hips, your full spine, and your shoulders, back of the head on the ground here, and then pressing the left heel into the ground, the left thigh into the ground, and toes activated up towards the ceiling. And take a few breaths. Again, playing that game of time and patience to allow yourself to open. Don't feel that you have to have it all in one day. When you're ready, you can bring the right foot back to center here. And then you can bring your left hand onto the strap and then allow the foot to just press over to the opposite side of the body here. When you're ready, you can release the strap, bring yourself back, and then placing the strap onto the opposite foot. Again, the heel presses up towards the ceiling, hips are nice and square, shoulders are nice and square, and finding that optimal position where you can get into the hamstrings without feeling like you're in the danger zone. And when you're ready, you can bring this foot off to the sides. We'll take about 5 breaths here. If you find tension being produced within your jaw, within your eyebrows, or anywhere else within your body that's not really needed for this position, see if you can just mentally deactivate that. Send your breath there. When you're ready, you can bring the foot back to center, again placing the strap in the opposite hand, and then just allowing the heel, the base of the foot, to move just a few inches over to the opposite side of the body, again feeling that stretch in the hamstrings behind the knee and not within the lower back. When you're ready, you can bend the leg and release the strap. Bring yourself into a very short butterfly pose. You can bring the base of the feet to touch. Allow gravity to work on your inner thighs here. And when you're ready, you can bring the knees back together, setting up for bridge pose. Take a deep breath in, press into the heels, hips press up towards the sky. And if you'd like, you can maintain the hands palms facing down, activated into the ground, or you can bring them to interlace underneath the sacrum. With each breath, feel the belly expand. And with your next exhale, you can slowly release vertebra by vertebra down to the ground. Just moving into any twists that you feel that you can benefit from, either windshield wipering the knees back and forth, or if you'd like to take a deeper twist on each side, just give yourself a couple breaths to do that. And then setting up for plow pose, if there's any reason for you to not have your hips above your heart on your practice today, just maintain either the first position, or you can activate your heels up to the ceiling with the full back on the ground. If you feel comfortable sending the feet over the head, you can move into plow pose. For me, I maintain my hands on my feet or my ankles at all times, just because I feel that it offers me a little bit more support and security within my cervical neck area. But you can do whatever is good for you. When you're ready, setting up for your Shavasana. You can maintain a position on your back comfortably, or you can move into any position that you feel the most comfortable in. You can see here, I am moving into crocodile pose. I just find that it brings myself and my being a little bit deeper within myself. So I'm crossing my arms, folding my forehead onto my forearms. Elbows move in just a little bit so I can bring my heart up, and then allowing the inner thighs to soften. If you feel more comfortable in a seated position, you can take that as well. And then staying here for as many breaths as you need. Thank you so much for joining me with your practice today. I hope you find balance and security within yourself and your breath. Thank you so much. Namaste.